Imagine paying $1,000 for a flight ticket and then getting rejected. You can't just load up your account a week before applying. If you're getting sudden random deposits in your account, they'll definitely know. If your leave letter says you're traveling in May and your hotel booking says June, that's a red flag. So if you have an interview, don't panic. Over-explaining makes you look nervous and suspicious. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So a while back, I shared how I got my Schengen Visa approved. And guess what? It's my most watched video so far. I have over 19,000 views on that video. Thank you all so much for the engagements, the views, the comments. A number of people have also slid into my DMs asking me how to apply for the Schengen Visa, what to avoid, and why so many people get rejected. So I get it. The entire process can be very confusing, and one small mistake could mean bye-bye to your dream trip. Today, I'll be sharing some of the top mistakes people make, how to avoid it, and how to get your Schengen Visa application process right the very first time. If you're planning to apply soon, make sure you stick around to the end. I'll be sharing some hacks I've used personally to save some money and also save you from stress. I'll also be sharing how to book your dummy flight tickets that you could use in your visa application. Let's dive in. Applying for a Schengen visa is like playing chess. You need strategy. Embassies are looking for very specific things, and if your documents don't add up, you're out. So let's talk about the biggest red flags that can get you denied and how to fix them. So the very first top mistake people make is suspicious bank statements. You can't just load up your account a week before applying. These embassies do their checks. They check if your finances have been stable for at least 3 to 6 months before applying. If you're getting sudden random deposits in your account, they'll definitely know. If your finances aren't looking solid, take a few months to build a steady balance before applying. And if you're self-employed, ensure you add your tax documents and your business bank statements. The second top mistake is no travel history and weak home ties. If I don't have travel history, will I get rejected? Not necessarily. But if you don't have strong reasons to return home, then it's a problem. If you don't have solid travel history, the solution to this is to show strong ties to your home country. You can do this using 3 routes. The first route is through your family. If you're married, you could include your marriage certificates. And if you have kids, you could include the birth certificate of your children. The number 2 route is to use your job. That's if you're employed. You can include your employment contract or your company ID card or even a letter of introduction from your company. The third route is through ownership of land or maybe a car. If it's land, you could use your land ownership documents. If you're a tenant, you can also use your tenancy agreements. If you own a car, you can add your car documents. All of this shows that you would return back to your home country. The third mistake people make is buying non-refundable flight tickets. Imagine paying $1,000 for a flight ticket and then getting rejected. Most embassies accept flight reservations or even refundable tickets. The alternative I use most times is to use dummy flight tickets. I'll be showing you how to book your dummy flight tickets. For your dummy tickets, go to dummy-tickets.com, select round trip, put in where you're traveling from, assuming Lagos, and where you are traveling to. Let's say Paris. Put in your departure dates and your return dates. Click buy dummy tickets. Here it's asking your information, so you can go ahead to put in your information. When you're done with all of this, click next. You can either choose to receive now or later. It has a note here to let you know why you should choose either option. Then go ahead to select the purpose for buying these tickets. Click next. Here you can click anything. I don't think it matters. It's like an Indian website, so that's why it has Indian states. Click make payment. Over here, you're going to select your card information, whether it's a credit or a debit card, and every other thing you need to make payment for your dummy tickets. So that's how you book your dummy tickets using dummy-tickets.com. Don't risk losing money. Use reservation services or dummy tickets instead. The fourth mistake is document mismatches. Your documents need to match perfectly. If your leave letter says you're traveling in May and your hotel booking says June, that's a red flag. To solve this, triple check every detail you're sharing, from your employment status to your bank statement to your travel dates. Ensure that all the information you're sharing in each of these documents is the same across board. Consistency is key. The fifth mistake is incomplete documents. Unfortunately, embassies will not call you to ask you for missing documents. You know what they'll do? They will just deny you. The solution to this is to follow the checklist exactly. Every embassy has one for the different visa types available, so you need to find out the checklist for the visa you're applying, all of the documents required, have that included in your application. And in this situation, I always advise more is better. If there's a particular document that is not in the required documents but you believe would help the visa officer to give you your visa, ensure you include that document in your application. The sixth mistake is bad interview performance. In my case, when I went to submit my documents at the BLS center, I had a mini interview with the BLS officer. So if you have an interview, don't panic. Over-explaining makes you look nervous and suspicious. For your visa interviews, keep it simple. Be confident, answer directly, and make sure you dress the part. First impression matters. Alright, now that you know what not to do, here are some extra tips to boost your chances. Number 1, book your visa appointment on time, just to avoid any delays. I think the maximum time before your trip you can book your visa appointment is 3 months. So you can do between 2 months before your flight, just to avoid any sort of delay. The second tip is for your hotel bookings, use booking.com. You can choose accommodations with no prepayment required, or those where you can cancel your reservation at any time. The third tip is ensure you have travel insurance. Some embassies actually require you to have a 30,000 euros coverage. I use AXA Mansard travel insurance for all my trips, so don't forget this. If this video helped you, give it a huge thumbs up, share with your friends, and if you have any other questions, drop it in the comment section, or even anything you want to say to me. I'll be reading all of your comments. Subscribe for more travel tips.